Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you wanna go where everybody
Hey everybody,
knows your
it's
name.
Two Peas the podcast, and we're back, and it's another beautiful spring morning. We are the conspiracy radio show that you have grown to love, and it's Matty and JoJo.
The world.
That's JoJo, and this is Two Peas in the podcast radio conspiracy show. Okay,
Woo!
and yeah, beautiful spring morning. Joe, what are you doing?
Definitely not a beautiful spring morning here in Illinois. It's a rainy one.
Oh wow.
So I'll live vicariously through you right now.
Okay, well, it's sunny out here as usual.
What's the temperature?
It's probably like 68.
Oh, you're broadcasting live from the jacuzzi, aren't you?
Can you hear it now?
I can't. I just remember you said that.
Yeah, I am jacuzziing right now. That's
Let me-
probably not very professional. Not very professional, but
Actually,
I
it's
am.
way cool and way professional in my book. I think everybody should. If I had one, I'd be doing it.
When we first got the jacuzzi, we started looking into jacuzzi everything, like jacuzzi suits, jacuzzi boat, and it's all people have already done all of it. Jacuzzis.
Of course.
It's pretty hard to get out of it. Anyway, okay. All right. So, getting back into professional mode here, Joe.
All right.
You said you have current events lined up.
All right. Well, let's start with the first one. So, you had sent me something the other day, and then I just sent you something else I saw this morning about Iran sending out those videos mocking Trump right now. Aren't those funny? You've seen a few of those?
Some of the AI ones.
Yeah, like the Lego one.
Yeah, the Lego ones. I that's funny. Those are legit from Iran.
They are legit from Iran. Yeah, I just sent you one too. You'll have to check it out. They did a music video of Trump, like in
Yeah,
80s style, and he's singing about black.
I saw that, the 80s one.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, those are legit real from the Iran embassy Twitter page or X.
I mean, you can't tell me that that's not all staged.
See, we're watching a movie, everybody. This is what we're constantly telling you, you know.
Because it's all hitting. These particular videos, even though I haven't watched them, they're hitting like all the channels, like all the flavors.
And when in history have countries ever acted this way, you know?
Right.
A president or anything like this. But yeah, we're watching a movie. Pop.
They're doing it in a fun way.
They are.
Like, when is Iran the fun country? Like, it's been.
Well, and it's kind of like all of that. Like, that's why I feel like we're watching the Q movie where Q is orchestrating all of this, saying, okay, you're in the spotlight now. Like this whole Swalwell thing. Oh my gosh. You know, it's like Q picks certain people to put in the spotlight, and then they have to do a ridiculous monologue until they're taken back out. And then the next person go to the spotlight, you know, where everything about them is put to the light. It's just, I love it. I love it. My hope is an all-time high. Can you feel it?
Well, okay, wait, hold on. Without going too sideways, let me see if I can find this guy. There's a dude that's running for office. No, governor? Wait, let me see if I can find this. In California here.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is Stephen. Oh, I should find it. He actually texted me back. Oh, Steve Hilton for governor.
Oh.
Wait, hold on a second. I can't stop him. Now he's talking. Sorry. Steve Hilton for governor. Have you heard of this guy?
Yeah.
And you have?
Yes, I just read something. Sorry, I was reading something. Go ahead.
No, and apparently he's running for governor. But oh God. Okay, no. Oh boy. So I looked him up, and there's already people looking him up on Google. It says Steve Hilton Jewish.
Oh gosh.
It says Steve Hilton Jewish governor of California. I have not looked that up. That's not okay. Maybe I have. I don't know. But I go. I only have one question. Are you Jewish? Right on Facebook, and he actually liked it my comment or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, well that's ambiguous because now I don't know. You didn't answer the question.
No, you just got to read through those lines. He answered your question.
Okay, but everything he says is pretty cool, and he's English.
Interesting.
Weird. What? We're gonna get an Englishman as a governor for California?
Hey,
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. That's all I know.
yeah, we'll have to look into that more. I remember hearing something on him, but I can't.
Steve Hilton.
Yeah.
Okay, so just keep that in your scope there. Okay, go ahead. I know you got a lot to say, so I'm sorry. I'm kind of taking up time here. Go ahead.
No, you're not. You're not. But we've got to talk about what everybody's been talking about this last week, which is the
Yeah.
infamous Trump looks like Jesus photo. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
The Trump is this.
Yeah, yes, which okay, so I watched this video and I should have got the guy's name because his video is just amazing and I posted it on Facebook for anybody wondering. But he goes into a whole spiel and I completely agree with this man. So one of his points is he's like, okay, what is it in this photo that we're supposed to be so up armed about? Is it because he's portrayed looking like Jesus? Because doesn't the Bible suggest that we all lay our hands on the sick? Aren't we led to do that in the Bible? Exactly what we're called to do, to lay our hands on the sick so that they will be healed. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what people are really more up in arms about is that um oh God, is that uh he's I I I think people want to pick Q apart and the whole MAGA movement apart,
Right.
and I don't blame them.
Right.
I don't blame them, and I think we should stay critical. I always say that, right? You know, I don't have. We should be able to make fun of both sides. It's not a big deal.
Sure.
But when you post something that's very very sort of has a huge religious theme, like I don't really know what it's about.
Right.
This is my take. This is like my take off the street. It's like the average Joe off the street is thinking this is like it's just a little over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing the robes and Jesus thing. But there's some other weird stuff in there, like he's got the red robe on over his other robes, and then his claim was that it was the red cross, and I'm like, oh, that's not great. That's not, the red cross isn't something we're trying to get behind, right? We already know that. And then, but we also know that he also highlights stuff where we're supposed to really kind of inspect. He puts things into the spotlight that we're supposed to inspect.
Well, and that's exactly my point is if we look through the line here and we see that there's no coincidences, he always puts things into light.
Yeah.
It's the 5D chess move here because yeah, so in the picture he's portrayed wearing a white robe, a red cape. He's healing the guy who's laying down. Okay, so we're just supposed to be in such an uproar about this, but again, if you do your research, if you know the Bible at all, then you know that the oh, what do they call that, the Great Commission, it literally says in the Bible, they will take up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly, it will by no means hurt them. They will lay hands on the sick and they will recover. So
So nothing can get you.
right. I mean, and also, okay, here's two big points I think a lot of people are missing with this picture. So if you go back to Trump's Agenda 45, He's
Mm-hmm.
20 agenda points listed out, right? He has already completed 19 out of the 20 agenda points. What's the one agenda point that's still out there? National unity, healing a nation. What does that picture portray? Him healing a nation. If you go to the original post, which was by a guy named Nick Adams, he posted
Good.
a painting of Trump, and in his post, he specifically said, America has been sick for a long time. President Trump is healing this nation.
Okay, I just sent you something that kind of corresponds with the photo.
Yeah. So to me, it's depicting not only faith, not only patriotism, not only brotherhood, but it's showing us that we all exactly what we are called to do. If you are a source believer, a believer in faith, exactly what we're called to do: lay hands on the sick and they will be healed. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. I get it, but you have to understand the other side. There's a other weird, darker side to this.
Very. And that's the
And I just sent it to you on text. So he's wearing white robes
yes.
with a red outer garment robe
And who
in the photo, in the picture, right?
yes, and who usually wears that red cape?
Oh, you're gonna say the Pope,
The Pope.
but okay, so hang on now. Now, what I've sent you is a photo of the Magi or the Magus, who is also wearing a white robe with a red outer garment. And Maga or Magi or Magus is a name for the highest rank in the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
And also Maga translates to witch in Latin. Maga in Portuguese means magician, sorceress, or wizard.
Yes.
Maga in Japanese means wickedness, evil, calamity, on and on and on. So people are using this as a WTF thing moment
Right.
where they're like, it can't be a coincidence. This is very strange. What is happening here? Because I think are like, people are really, like you said, waking up and seeing that whatever is happening isn't exactly what they're trying to portray it as.
Mm-hmm.
So they're having to kind of, well, I guess think for themselves. That's a
Right.
good thing.
Yep.
But the other thing is we really can't. And this is me personally. I'm in this group. We just can't. I can't tell which side of the fence this guy is going on. What's happening? Like,
Well, here,
is it Matt? Are we doing spellcraft or what's happening?
see, and always, I think until the very end, it's going to be, half of us see it one way, half of us see the other. I firmly believe, again, there to me, it's no coincidence that Trump posts this picture of him healing. Us Anons dig into the picture. We realize, wait a second, that could be symbolism of the Pope. He's also talked about now, just called out the Red Cross yesterday. Those two things tie in. Vance, I think yesterday or some last night or this morning, said he's going to start um, an investigation into Pizzagate. To me, if you see it all from the outside looking in, it again that we're watching a movie. Why would you put all of this for it all to connect at once? So while some people are over here questioning Trump wearing the outfit, some people are over here going, wait a minute, kind of depicts the Pope. Some people are over here going, wait a minute, the Pope has to deal with the Red Cross, the red shoes, the red shoe club. I mean, and then you go down a whole rabbit hole.
So you're saying it's so controversial that it's actually pulling us all together.
I think it is. I firmly, in my
I was kind of feeling that last night actually because I was like, I was actually listening to liberal radio. I think whatever it is out here,
yeah,
and I turn that off, but in the past I used to listen to it because they would play cool music and but then they would have liberal talking points. I mean, basically every radio station probably is like that. But I think it's KCQR, right? So it's like super liberal radio.
Yeah.
which is shitty, by the way, because it's a type of brainwashing where it's a radio station, so that's all you get. So like, if all the radio stations are liberal,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even have to. That's a dumb kind of box to be put in, but it's really more like just the same talking points that they want to put out, right?
Right.
So it's just a form of brainwashing. But I had to laugh yesterday because I was listening to them, and they're like, they're TDS, right? And so they were talking about all these things that we're talking about right now on the radio, with of course the negative Trump spin, but at the same time, I was like, this is incredible that they're actually talking about
They're
it.
still talking about exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And to me, that's the 5D chess move right there. He doesn't care how you're talking about him as long as you're talking about what he needs you to talk about.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Any exposure is good exposure, as they say in Hollywood.
And I know a lot of us will run out and constantly like you're saying, you got to keep a level head. You're seeing things, but we've got to, also look through all of the disinformation that's coming out from the other side, because that's exactly what they want you to do, is to consistently question Trump and his motives without actually looking like a true Anon would, with our artistic abilities, being able to see what's really going on in the surface. I don't care what Trump says.
Sure. Sure. I mean, I
Yeah,
get it.
but
I'm a little tired of it because I don't do it that much anymore. I'm into other stuff, but yeah, I totally get it. I
yeah,
get it. I think it's amazing that I'm a little froggy this morning. Otherwise, I'd be expounding a little bit more. But um, the it's just incredible that I'm listening to the radio on a fully liberal
exactly.
uh, radio show, and they are. Uh, oh, oh, this is what it is. I got it now. They were up in arms. Oh God, this is perfect. Okay, they're upset that they're paying taxes,
Yeah,
and their taxes are going towards Israel.
yeah,
And all the things that they don't want, like I guess deportation and whatever else. But they're like, you know what? We're not going to pay taxes anymore. Screw you. All our taxes are going to bad stuff that we don't support. And I was like, are you kidding me right now?
right.
So there's this huge movement, and they were talking about it on the radio. It's all coming back to me now, where they're like, don't pay your taxes because we don't support any of this stuff that this regime, quote unquote, is doing. And I was like, oh my God, this is coming full circle. This is a great example of what you're talking about. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, dude, don't do that. Yes, you're right. Don't pay your taxes.
It's the merging of two timelines right now.
It really is, isn't
Yes.
it?
And
And it's happening fast.
it is happening fast. And unfortunately, I think the TDS is just going to be a long-lived thing for a lot of people, which I think Trump's okay with. I mean, if you're
It's a tool.
yeah, if you're helping save the world, who cares what people think about you, right?
Well, they're really easy to control because all you got to do is, so if you just hate Trump's whatever he says,
Exactly.
then Trump can say something, and we know you're going to do the opposite, and that's a really good steering mechanism.
While still getting your point across. Exactly. Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
on the same page now.
Yep, planting those seeds, and these liberals don't even realize that they're learning the truth.
Yeah, but Joe, I'm beyond that. I am way out on the fringe.
I know it.
Okay. All right, well, keep going, Joe. This is great. This is a good podcast. Keep going.
All right.
Now, you wanted to talk about the Pope, and you wanted to talk about
Well, I mean,
um,
Pope leads. Well, again,
no, the red shoes. I'm sorry, the red shoes. Go to that.
well, yeah, that and again, so Trump this last week actually called out the Pope. He put a whole post out there to the Pope. Basically, he was saying to the Pope, "Listen, you're not saying one word about how Iran is treating their people and their children, yet you want to come on here and talk about me." And then, I mean, he just ripped a new one to this new Pope, right? And so then the Pope came back.
Pope Leo.
Yeah, so then Pope Leo comes back and he's all TDSing about Trump with this full post about, oh, you have got other things to worry about than me. Well, then Trump comes back out and he's like, not only am I going to call the Pope out, but let's go ahead and intermingle the Pope with the Red Cross in the same week. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. The Red Cross, obviously, that's a big negative
Oh my,
for us.
it's the global industrialized child and human trafficking cartel. I mean, literally, it's
Well, I
called
couldn't have said that any better.
the Red Cross, people.
The Rothschilds.
The Red Cross. It's called. I
Yeah.
mean, hello. Yes. Yes.
The Adrenochrome Highway.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is
Yeah.
where the red shoes come from. Why do most of the popes in our history wear red shoes, people?
Talk about the red shoes.
Oh my gosh, you talk about satanic. I mean, it is. It's a symbolic ritual over generations. People look it up. The Red Shoe Club. Why are they wearing red shoes and what are they made of? The skin of their victims after they've done their ritual. The popes wear them. Hollywood wears them. Look it up. It's all out there. It's all
The skin of
the,
something.
the skin of the little people of our life.
It turns red. The what I found is that the enemy. I'm hesitant to say group X, but it's a really good, just kind of general term, group X, because we don't know who the enemy is. That's our whole job here is to try to expose the enemy. We just don't know who it is.
Right.
But one of the greatest things in their playbook is whatever we're doing, we're going to accuse you of doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a massive projection, right? And so you go back to like the sort of fabricated event that happened in the 1940s that never talked about through the 50s, 60s until the 70s when there was like a concerted effort to say, hey, there's this whole holla thing happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, all the movies were made and all the books were made, and we can't get and billions of dollars have to go to the sandbox country.
Yep.
And they're just raping and plundering all our countries because of this event that didn't even happen. And they talk about the shoes. There was like, look at all the shoes from the people in the internment camps, and it's just a heartstring pull.
It is.
And they do this all the time. And so I find it really fascinating that they would actually include something like shoes when it was them that were doing the shoe thing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, you got projection. So I think it's really important to see what the opposing side is, for lack of a better word, vetching. I don't know if you know this word, KVETCH, vetch. They're kvetching, and whenever they kvetch, it's projection because it's what they have done.
Yeah.
And I'm not like singling out a single group. I'm just saying this is a playbook move, and they always stick to the playbook.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's not even just this one specific demographic. It's leaked over into other demographics, like subgroup A, 1 and 2. They're always a victim. It's just the whole victimhood thing that empowers you. You're super empowered to be a victim. I'm a victim, so now I can be empowered.
Right.
But nothing good happens from that.
No.
From
You
consistently playing a victim all the time.
you cannot grow from a victim mentality.
Yeah, and I had to learn that the hard way myself.
Yeah.
So,
All your
all right, now keep going, because you're hitting some great topics here today, Joe.
Well, and continuing with the Pope, and I don't want to offend anybody when I say this. So any Catholics out there, I don't mean any disrespect. But going back to that picture we were talking about earlier. So it's okay though for the Pope to look like Jesus, right? With the white garb, the red sash, the red cape.
Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's it. I just want to be clear, but it's blasphemous when Trump does it. Okay, so got it, we got it. Another thing though, let's look at the Vatican. What's the room shaped of? Remember the serpent, the snake head
Oh,
when you
sorry. Oh, hey.
Vatican?
Sorry. I don't know what I've done. I've pushed a button. Okay. Yeah. No. You mean the serpent room
Yep, the serpent room.
where they teach their lies of the serpent into the masses of the ears of the masses?
Mm-hmm.
I I mean, I don't know if people understand what we're talking about. I'm sure you're going to do an overlay of this.
I will. Yep.
But he's literally sitting in the fangs of the,
Literally.
and it's a throne. It's a throne again, once again. And we know what thrones are. Thrones are that's your consolidated power. It's your level of control from one position. It's a technical. It's an Atlantean thing.
Yep.
The throne rooms. And actually, I'm not gonna digress. I could do a whole nother episode on throne rooms in the underground, in the caves, and with the demons, and how they've taken over all the Atlantean spots and stuff like that. But I won't get into it.
Well, I
But
firmly believe all
just
of
know that say sorry.
well, I firmly believe all of that was transitioned into the Vatican. Exactly what you were just saying. I think everything they did in the underground is now
Yeah,
Vatican.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and it's consolidated power, and that's what it represents, and that's also physically what it is, because it's your control center. It's like a Antiquitech control center, and that's how they did stuff, and that's how we do stuff to this very day. I've worked on different control centers for the police and the fire department and stuff like that, where it's like a control center. So everything in the city goes to this one node, and it's all up on the screen, and they can monitor traffic cameras and everything throughout the city. Now you think, oh well, that's a good idea. That's not happening. No, I've actually built stuff like that in local cities. I
Mm.
won't say which ones, but
Well,
so they have that. So in my thinking, that's a type of throne room. It's a control center. It's a node, you know.
right.
So these are reoccurring themes that seem to be happening from the. It always seems to harken back to this sort of mythological Atlantean place.
It does.
I
Does.
can't. I can't talk today. All right, keep going, JoJo. You're on a roll.
Well, and okay, so we've got the Vatican, which depicts a serpent. You've got the red shoes on the Pope. Okay, we'll dive into the Red Shoe Club then. You've got McDonald's. What does Ronald McDonald wear? Red shoes. And what does his mouth look like? A bloody red mouth. Cannibal.
With the nose,
Yeah,
and he's a clown.
exactly. It. The movie.
What are clowns?
What is it doing?
What are clowns? What are clowns?
What are clowns? Why
Nephilim, right?
why was that serial killer? What was his name? John Wayne Gacy.
Gacy. Yeah, right. And you know what? I delved into that a little bit, and Gacy always said that he had somebody else helping him.
I firmly believe that. I feel like that was their MO back in the day. And we can go back to what's his name? Oh, geez. Sorry.
Old what's his name?
Oh, what's his name? Uh the one that had his followings. They killed that Hollywood couple.
Oh, you mean
Man, Man-
the Sharon Tate murders
yeah,
and the Charlie Manson?
Manson.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I think they all I think John Wayne Gacy is the same. I either mind control, the Project Mockingbird or something. I don't know how they did it, but they've either set these people up to do their crimes that they did. I don't know, but I feel like they were behind it though. I don't know that society really had serial killers. I think they were invented
You,
fall.
okay, so you're tiptoeing around the edge of a huge rabbit hole. Like
I
David McGowan wrote uh, uh, a Program to Kill, the book Program to Kill,
Yes.
wherein in it, he states that all serial killers are working for the state and the Illuminati, basically, and they're basically movers of the bodies. And then when they get caught, they're totally railroaded in court, which is proven. If you go and read David McGowan's book, Program to Kill,
Yep.
you will see that almost inevitably these serial killers are railroaded through court in a court system that's designed to drag everything out and to not like produce justice. All of a sudden, it's working like incredibly well, and they put these serial killers away. But every serial killer will always tell you that they had help or that there was an additional person, but that always gets sloughed off and thrown to the wind, and and they just basically railroad this one guy. Oh, he did all these things.
Yep.
But meanwhile, this dude's like rolling around the countryside with who knows who, with other people,
Exactly.
getting rid of bodies for the system. In other words.
Yep. They always have their patsy to fall on, and then they continue their bidding. Exactly. And if you do some research into John Wayne Gacy, you'll understand he was part of the DNC. He always, represented the Democratic Party. He was really big into the Democratic Party in Chicago before he did all of his serial killing. I mean, they all connect. Follow the money. It always goes back to the Democratic Party. Yep.
Well, hang on now. I mean, you can't throw because both parties are sort of involved. I
Oh,
mean, it's
both.
like
Both sides.
two wings of the same bird here,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
right. I mean, they have to control both sides. Well, the other thing was Ben Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
I suspect, was in that same sort of paradigm that we're talking about here, possible serial killer. Because remember, they went to his place in England and they found bodies under his floor. Ben Franklin.
Wow.
And Ben Franklin harkens all the way back to Dracul or Vlad the Impaler. And so does the Bush family.
Right.
And so do a lot of other like weird 13 bloodline families.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like connected. I actually saw a thing yesterday. Now, shoot me down for this. And that said Trump was somehow related to Hillary.
Oh, gosh.
So they're all sort of, could they all be in the same boat? We know that they have in the past. Yeah, I mean, let the chips fall where they may, but I really do think that Trump has been brought here for a reason by some really higher uppers.
Agreed.
And it's all playing out, confusing as it may be, because I'm totally confused. I'm really confused. I have no idea. But they also did say that at the end, where no one would know anything. No one would have. It would be very, very confusing at the end. They're
Right.
trying to do that. So
Right.
here we are.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so I have to ask you because people are gonna ask. So I sent you. You see the two photos that I sent you on text?
Going there right now. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
I'm just text.
Yes.
So you've got the guy in the white robes
Yes.
with the red thing, and then he's holding up a wand,
Yes.
and that's a magician.
Yeah.
And there's probably other stuff in there. There's a star, and there's a chalice, and a sword, and a rod, and there's morning glory and roses. I don't know what it all means. And then you've also got this list of what MAGA means and all these other different
Mm-hmm.
sort of things. And then if you go to I don't know where I posted it, but you've got Marina Abramovic.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Maria, it's Marina Abramovic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And she's in the back of the taxi cab saying, "Oh, Donald Trump's the best thing that ever happened to us."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a lot of people are like, "Ooh, this is proof of this is all negative and it's all going sideways." And I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want Marina Abramovic supporting you.
Right.
Right? Because we know she's a red shoe clubber for sure. But at the same time, like we've always talked about, and this is coming from the biggest critic of all, right? Me. But if something bad was going to have happened, surely wouldn't it have happened?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one anchor point that I have in my personal life where I'm like, I'll start to get way off the reservation, so to speak. But the anchor point is like, okay, well, if he is bad, Trump,
Mm-hmm.
then two things. One, we had already been dead already.
Right.
Two, they wouldn't hate him as much.
Right.
Which is a really strange thing for me to say, because I just said Marina Abramovic was supporting him in the back of a taxi cab. Where were all these cameras? Why was that why was that such a focal? You have to consider that. Like, why was that so staged? In other words, and so I don't have any answers to that, and I don't even want to surmise because I'll get shot down from both sides. But it's really. Well, he does keep to the same playbook of he really exposes shit,
He does.
and he really exposes stuff, and
And I feel like the MO is always where all of a sudden I mean, how many times throughout the years where we get to this point where we find something on Trump and it looks really, really bad, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, that's true.
boom, oh, he did his 5D chess level again. Oh, that's why we saw that. So,
Well, okay, well, some of the circles that I roll in, they goof the fuck out of the 5D chess thing,
oh, I know.
and I have to say it's a little retarded, but it keeps happening, so let's just keep watching.
I love all the MAGA people out there, but there definitely is a fine line in the sand of to
Well, I just wonder, are we? I mean, okay, well, at the very simplest, MAGA it was "Make America Great Again," and that caused controversy
right.
because well, there's a couple of rabbit holes there.
Yes.
Because what is an American? You have to define that, and then a lot of people get butthurt about that.
Well, okay.
And I think at some point, I think we're going to have to define America, but without me going any further into that, into that side of it.
Well,
Um,
I've got
you know.
I've got a crazy idea. People will probably shoot me dead here. But what if at the end of all this, what if Trump turns out to be on the bad side, but still got us to
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Oh, again, if he was, we'd be fucked already.
exactly.
But it does seem like it's a weird. Okay, you know what it is? It's like he, and I'm using this in the fully clinical term. He fully retarded the efforts of the Illuminati
Mm-hmm.
and exposed them. Because it's like a slow motion. It's like it's like a cartoon. We're like, oh, I'm gonna get run over by. Oh wait, what was that? It was Austin Powers where he's like getting run over by the steamroller,
Yep.
and then and then it just keeps going, and then it shows another scene, and it's like it's still like 10 or 20 feet away from him. Right,
Yeah.
right. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
And it's still going on, and he's still screaming, and it's kind of funny because it's like not really happening. Like he had plenty of time to get out of the way,
Yeah.
and it's that it kind of reminds me of what's happening here with this whole I guess Q movement.
Yes.
So it's just like, oh, Palantir, Lavender, we're gonna get you,
Yeah.
and then it really never pans out. Now I hope that's the case
Yeah.
because that stuff is bad news.
Well,
That's social credit score and the whole thing.
and like you were saying earlier, though, with the liberal radio station, though, I mean, it's brilliant when you think about it because as long as you put a receipt that says TDS on anything, the liberals will run out and research it. So brilliant. Okay, so you've got a
Or they'll just
Abramovich.
blindly get behind it.
Yeah, so you've got Abramovich now, who's in the back of a taxi cab, and she's like, "Hey, everybody, Trump's the coolest cat in the world." So now you've got liberals going, "Wait a second, Abramovich."
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go research the ties. And then they never find anything because nothing's there. But guess what?
Well, it's all washed.
But guess
Oh,
what?
yeah, I know. Well,
But guess what?
well,
Guess what?
yeah. That's a good point. How is that supposed to work?
And you just learned that Trump wasn't involved. You just learned who actually was involved, and you just went down a rabbit hole and woke yourself up. Brilliant. Brilliant.
I mean, when I got on the radio yesterday and they were like, "Don't pay your taxes," I was like, "Wow."
I haven't paid my
This, I go,
either.
"Fuck, I've never been closer to the Liberal Party."
I know. I know. All
I'm like,
right. Well, hey, we need to wrap
"Oh, okay."
this one up. We're at 40, so let's wrap this
All
up.
right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for stopping by our TED Talk.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you on the next one, guys.
We love you.
And cue outro music. Go ahead.
We love you to the moon.
To the moon. That's what she said. That's what we're doing.
To the fake moon.